Hello, everyone, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark,
But I'm Rob.
and today we're going to talk about the incompetency of WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert. Thanks, Rob. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so and hit the notification bell when you do. We're going for 4,000, and we need your help. We're real close. So, as everybody knows, Cathy Engelbert is the commissioner of the WNBA, and nobody seems to think she's doing a good job, including us. And for background purposes, I saw her in an interview, and she said that she was hired. She said she didn't have a sports background, meaning she never ran a sports league, but she actually played sports. But she said she was hired, for marketing purposes because she had a marketing background. But when I looked it up, she has a CPA, and she also was like chief executive's officer. And it didn't seem she was the head of the marketing department ever for the company that she worked for, Gillette and Touche, I guess it's called. So I don't know why they hired her because she doesn't have a law degree either. And I'm bringing that up not just because I'm a lawyer, but because all the best commissioners have had law degrees. Paul Tagliabue and David Stern both had law degrees. And the one commissioner who doesn't have a law degree is the worst commissioner. And that's Roger Goodell. He makes a lot of money and he keeps getting hired because the NFL is successful. That's because he's got the best product. So anybody could run that league, Rob.
Right.
And be successful because they just become more and more popular after fantasy football made it even more popular. And it's just
sports betting. You got sports betting now too.
Right. And sports betting became legal. They put more offense into the game. It's an easy sell. Americans love football. It was already the most popular sport in the country when he took over. So he had an easy job, I think, compared to other commissioners because he has the best product. So just so you know, in terms of how it works, this is the definition of what a sports commissioner is. A sports commissioner is the league's chief executive, but they ultimately answer to the team owners. The owners have the power to remove the commissioner through an executive committee vote. The league's constitution and bylaws grant commissioners authority, but collective bargaining agreements with the players' unions further define the limits of that authority. External legal doctrines may also limit a commissioner's authority. I think what they mean by that is federal laws that limit that. So, as you can see, the commissioner doesn't work for the players, but the players' union, through the collective bargaining agreement, has some control over how much power the commissioner has. But either way, the commissioner is responsible for the league. And it seems like this commissioner is afraid of the players and is allowing the players to run the league. The NBA has not been as popular lately, and people think Adam Silver, who does have a law degree, by the way, is too friendly to the players and has let them have too much say, unlike David Stern. And so I think that's a problem. And I'm going to say the other commissioners do have law degrees. Gary Bettman has a law degree from NYU and has done a very good job with NHL. Since he's been in charge, the league has steadily grown to be more and more popular and expanded. The only thing he didn't do was take out all the fighting quickly enough, but he's done that. He's actually taken that out of the league. Right. And it's become more popular since he did it. So he's done a good job. I think he was a little slow at doing that. And then the baseball commissioner, Rob Manfred, he's been there since 2015. So he wasn't responsible for the steroid problems. And he's done a good job. And he has a law degree from Harvard University. And the reason I'm pointing that out is because the commissioner is chosen by team owner vote. The commissioner is responsible for hiring and maintaining umpires. And here's the key: negotiating contracts for marketing, labor, and television. Okay, so contracts is what lawyers do. They handle contracts. So that is why I feel strongly that in today's market, today's environment, you need a commissioner who has a law degree for contracts. You just mentioned three different types of contracts they need to negotiate, and they need to understand that. Yeah, they can have a lawyer that can explain it to them, but they don't understand it as well if they don't have a law degree and has some background in civil law.
Okay.
And this commissioner has none. She has no law degree, and she has no marketing degree either. So the whole point, I don't know why they hired her. I can't figure out why they hired her. And she's been there 5 years, and they have a thuggery of a league that's too physical that is turning off fans, and she's done nothing to clean it up, Rob.
Yeah, well, she's right there, Mark. She's promoting her product to be the physical and rough, and thinks that that's going to draw people in. But people don't want to see that. They don't want to see all that kind of stuff. They want to see a basketball game. And then when Caitlin Clark comes in the league, who's one of the most exciting players in basketball today, and then you don't even market her. You don't even, in fact, you.
What's marketing, Rob?
I mean, then you say, "Oh, I didn't see this coming." What are you talking about?
Okay, example was as soon as she saw all the thuggery and calls that weren't against Caitlin Clark, including getting hit in the head, fractured eardrum, no calls, she did nothing to crack down on that. And then when Kennedy Carter hip checked her to the ground, she only upgraded to a 1 instead of a 2 and didn't suspend Kennedy Carter. She didn't suspend Alyssa Thomas for taking Angel Reese down by the neck. She got thrown out of the game, but after that, she should have been suspended. So now it's interesting to see what she does, Rob, with this Kennedy Carter situation, who basically got a flagrant 1 against Marina Mabrey when she hit her in the head. It wasn't even a basketball play, and it should have been a flagrant 2. And I want to see what she does with this, Rob, because she needs to upgrade this to flagrant 2 and suspend her for 2 games. And if she doesn't, again, she's encouraging this type of behavior.
Right. Yeah. So bad behavior, so it sells tickets. No, it doesn't. Bad behavior does not sell tickets, and it may cause more social media watches for it. But that's degrading for your league. If you want to have a league where you were trying to get new people in to watch, that's not going to help.
Rob, the key is she works for the owners. The owners, I know some people think it's a hobby for some of them, but the owners want to make a profit, which means the owners want the league to be popular. And she's not doing things to make the league popular. She's done nothing to promote Caitlin Clark. She's done nothing to protect Caitlin Clark. She has this golden child. This is a gift from heaven, Rob. Yeah, and she's not taking advantage of it. And she also is not taking the physicality out of the league. And she's not having control over the refs. I just read you that's part of her power, that she has that. She has control over the refs. And that's what she's not doing. And I don't know why. It's, maybe they should have hired somebody who has more of a sports background, maybe someone who had a law degree, but she does not know what she's doing.
The commissioner should also, look into the control of the coaching too, because it seems like that's not doing too well.
I wonder, Rob, when Cheryl Reeves has her disaster press conferences and says dumb things and rude things, whether she ever says anything to her, because she's done it more than once. Mm-hmm. So I wonder. First, she said, "You've got to follow us now." I mean, that's not a good look for the league. And then she said she doesn't give 2 S's about the fans coming into the games and stuff like that. That's a terrible look for the league. Yeah. I don't know if she said anything to her or not, but if she didn't, I don't think she's doing her job, because she's working for the owners and she's afraid of the players. The players have too much say in this league. And I don't know if it's ideology. I don't know what it is. I know it's a black lesbian league predominantly, and Caitlin Clark is white and straight. Is that why the commissioner is afraid of the players? I don't know. All I know is she doesn't work for the players. She works for the owners, and she's not doing her job.
Yeah, the bottom line is you got to be the boss. You're, like you said, the CEO. This is what I say goes. And then you have to follow this. Otherwise, there'll be repercussions. I mean, but she's not doing that. She's not doing any of that. She's letting these things happen with the thuggery, and then the horrible, like I said, horrible marketing, which I think that's even more important. The marketing of Caitlin Clark has been abysmal.
Right. Well, they said they couldn't see it coming. I mean, that's how incompetent she is, where she basically did, I didn't think she'd be this popular. Now, I've gone over this in other videos. Caitlin Clark had 55,000 people come to see her play before her senior year in an exhibition basketball game. And then she set all sorts of records for her junior year and her senior year for views in the NCAA tournament. And they actually outdrew the men for the first time in history. And before that used to be like a 21 ratio, So this was easy to see. She sold out all her jerseys. She got all these endorsements from Nike and also from Wilson Ball. I mean, this was easy. The easiest thing in the world to see was that this woman, and she got all this social media and everything all over on YouTube, articles all over every website, whether it's Yahoo, AP, it doesn't matter. All the articles are about her.
Right.
The only person that doesn't really cover her and promote her is ESPN.
Right. I mean, she's like, geez, goals, I guess we should try to do something with her. You know, what is wrong with you?
When a truck runs over you, you should be able to see it.
Well, like I said in the last video, a train's coming towards you. You're on the tracks. Are you going to wait for the train to run you over before you see, like, geez, this train's coming towards me? What? I better get off the tracks.
You know, the shame of this, Rob, is that the league's going to grow because of Caitlin Clark, not because the commissioner did anything right. That new agreement they have for the TV revenue was the result of Caitlin Clark.
Right.
No one else, just Caitlin Clark. All the highest rated games are her. So she gets almost credit for that, even though she shouldn't, because it's all about Caitlin Clark. So the owners are going to be happy about that because they're going to get more money. But she didn't do anything. She didn't even promote Caitlin Clark in order to get higher revenue.
The charter planes, you know, she should have had that done a long time ago with the players. But until Caitlin Clark came into the league, now they have charter flights for the teams.
And she was afraid to give Caitlin Clark credit for that. She said, "Oh, we've been working on this for a while." Didn't give Caitlin Clark credit for that. She didn't. She hasn't given Caitlin Clark credit for anything other than like one statement. Oh yeah, she's brought some new eyes to the league and she's, you know, increased attendance and television revenue for her games. That's the only thing she said. She like one thing. That's all she said. She's so afraid of the players. She's so afraid to say anything positive about Caitlin Clark or to protect Caitlin Clark or to promote Caitlin Clark, which is the key to this league growing and being successful and being independent from the NBA, which, as everybody knows, it's not. They've lost $10 million a year for 27 straight years. This year, they're projected to lose $50 million, even though Caitlin Clark brought in over $100 million in additional revenue. We don't know the exact number, but it's easily over $100 million. And they only increase their expenses by $25 million. So there should have been a profit this year. So it just shows you they were actually losing more than $10 million. And they're not going to become independent until they make this league grow. And they're not going to do that until they cut down on the physical thuggery. And she cuts down on the refs and gets control of the refs so that they call this game properly, Rob.
It's both these fouls of the referees right there in front. Right there. I mean, it's like you and I, how we're looking right now. It's like, come on, you can't see that?
Yeah, I don't know. There's some Division I refs. Maybe she can get some Division I refs over to the WNBA and offer more money now that more revenue's coming in and get some better refs. They're not going to get the NBA refs, of course.
Training, yeah. And also training. I mean, they really got to invest in, if they're going to do that, invest in training, the referees.
Well, they say they do all that, Rob.
Yeah.
we did a video on that, and they said they start with 5,000 people and they do this and they step 1, step 2, and they cut it down and they do more training. They cut it down again. They do more training. So apparently they do all that. They just don't have the right refs. And maybe Division I refs get paid more than WNBA. And that's why they get the better refs over there. Because it's the games in Division I WNBA, especially in the men's, it's called pretty well.
Right.
You know? So they need some better refs.
So let's see what this commission does, Mark. Let's see what happens. Like I said, this really is a pivotal year for them to really.
I think this is a pivotal play. What do you do about what Kennedy Carter did last night? Mm-hmm. What do you do about that? The ref got it wrong. It was an obvious flagrant 2. They have monitors, in fact. So what do? You have to overrule them, and you have to make a statement. If she doesn't, it just reinforces what we're saying here. Right. She's incompetent. I don't have a lot of confidence. 2-game suspension, upgrade to flagrant 2, minimum.
Right.
She doesn't do that. She's not doing her job, in my opinion.
I agree. So
let us know what you think down below. Is she as incompetent as we're saying, or are we being too rough on her? I doubt it.
We're being too rough on her.
We're going to go live tonight at 8 o'clock against the Minnesota Lynx and Rob's favorite coach, the delightful Shira Reeves. They beat him the first time. Let's see if they can keep it going. And please join us for that. And our normal live show is every Monday from 6 to 8 Eastern time. We'll do that this Monday, but next Monday, Labor Day, we're not going to be live. We don't do it for major holidays. And if you haven't subscribed yet, why are you upsetting Rob? Rob gets upset when you don't subscribe. Look at that look on his face. You don't want it. Seriously, you better subscribe. And we're going for 4,000 subscribers. Rob's a tough guy. You better subscribe soon. And when you do, hit that notification bell so you get notified of our next videos. And if you like Rob, just subscribe.
I'm a nice guy. I'm a softie.
If you agree with our take on this, subscribe. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you want to donate to this channel, there's super chats and super thanks down below. And there's also a link to PayPal. And we'll see you in the next video.
Peace out.